So maybe you're like me and you really struggle sometimes with taking photos. There's a lot of times when I'm out trying to take a different photo, going to be great for a print. I mean, at the end of the day, we do really want to have really good photos, but they don't always have to be perfect. In fact, sometimes just photographing a series of shots that make a really cool narrative is all that really matters. So last week I got to go to one of my favorite locations in Southwest Virginia. It's called Grayson Highlands State Park, and I took a series of photos. I wasn't really trying to get any particular shot or anything perfect. I more so just wanted to capture the particular day that I was out hiking with my wife and my in-laws. So what I did is I put everything aside as far as my thoughts on getting the perfect image, but instead I just wanted to capture those moments. So what I wanted to talk about today was that you don't always have to go out and shoot the perfect photographs, but if you could just capture a narrative and tell a really good story with some imagery, that's really all that matters. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look into Lightroom, and I'm going to walk you through some of the photos that I took, why I chose the ones that I did, and kind of how that really changed my perspective on photography. So these first couple of shots here, this was more or less me kind of getting my camera dialed in. Now I do shoot with a Fuji X-T3, and I really love the film profiles that you can customize and set up on your own. So this one is a profile that kind of mimics that of old film, and I think it does a great job. There's still some tweaking that I'd like to do, but this was a particular dark and somewhat moody of a day. So I wanted to kind of capture that and reflect what we felt that particular day. All of these photos are not going to be completely usable. They're not things that's going to go in my portfolio, but none of that actually mattered. So I think this photo here was one I wanted to actually keep, and this is just kind of everybody that I was with and my dog just kind of walking off in the distance. But, you know, just capturing the realistic beauty of the things that are going on, getting to know your camera, and just having a great time. That's why I got started with photo. I didn't get started with photo to become rich and successful and to make it a career, really. I did it because I love taking photos, but somewhere along the way, I kind of lost that connection. I'm trying to think more about telling that story, capturing those memories, and just enjoying it, just enjoying that moment, enjoying the thrill of taking photos. So yeah, again, like these are not going to be like portfolio pieces, and I am completely okay with that. Like what matters here to me is that I just, again, have this cool story to tell. I have these cool memories that I can look back on, because I remember when I was little, you know, my family had these photo albums. There was just pictures from everything, from family reunions and Christmases and birthdays and just random get-togethers or whatever it may be. There was just all kinds of random photos. And I really love that. And I don't really understand why we don't really do that as a tradition anymore. But I think we're coming up on one of the photos I like. This is actually a pretty good one here. I wish the first pony was actually like looking at me. It would have made it a lot better. I tried to crop and zoom a little bit there. This is actually a decent photo, but this is the one that I went with. It's just nice to see the rolling mountains in the background. You can see all the different horses kind of hanging out. This is as we get up a little bit higher away from them, so you could see that we actually were down here right beside of them. But I feel like this trip was very important to me because I have been getting in that mood where I'm becoming so burnt out on so many things, my hobbies, whether it's here on YouTube or my photos, or doing videos outside of the YouTube spectrum, even like playing music like guitar and stuff. All the things that used to interest me and really get me excited to create and do fun things has really just not been there for me. So like today, I literally forced myself to make this video. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I may hate it in the editing process, but this is me telling myself right now, this is like past me telling future me, no matter what, you put this video out into the world, because ultimately if it flops and it sucks, that's fine. You did it. You took a step forward that you haven't done in the last couple of months or so. But I guess the point is, you don't always have to be trying to get the best images. You know, not every single one of your photos has to be in a competition or a magazine or on social media or a portfolio. Literally, these can just live and serve a purpose of being for memories. And they can go into photo albums where they can be imperfect, which in a lot of ways, in my opinion, makes them perfect. So I hope you enjoyed some of these photos and kind of checked them out. I do have the last video that I uploaded was kind of a point of view vlog of me taking these photos. ultimately, that's some of the content that I want to create, is just kind of have my perspective shown when I'm taking these photos, kind of what's going on during that time. But I really enjoy watching videos where photographers will take photos and you get to see that perspective and hear their thoughts of when things are happening. So that's kind of some videos that I want to intermingle in with this other stuff. But this is just me starting to experiment again, because I don't feel like I have to keep doing what I was doing, but just do the things that make me happy and the things that I have fun with, because ultimately this is how I learn and get better myself. But hope you enjoyed these photos. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and maybe you can relate to this. If you can, leave a comment in the comment section below. But thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, be sure to create something new today.